Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chirping Away. My name is Taylor. Welcome to the show. You're listening to Chirping Away, obviously. Today's episode, the episode you've all been waiting for since I talked about it in the first episode, I'm sure, is my All Star recap. I have a lot of thoughts, a lot of opinions that I want to talk about, and I wrote them all down while I was watching the games. So, I don't know how, like, I don't know how these thoughts are going to sound because they're very vague. My notes are very vague because I didn't want to spend the entire time typing away. So they're very vague. I don't know how clear they're gonna be, but I'll try to explain them the best that I can. Um, yeah. Before we get into that, I do have some news I want to talk about. But even before all the news that I want to talk about, let's do player of the episode. Today's player of the episode is Matt Barzell. I love Matt Barzell. I'll talk about it more later, obviously, but Matt Barzell, I think, is one of the players that actually got me into hockey. But then watching him at All Stars this weekend, totally just reignited that love that I have for him. And I feel like that's kind of the sentiment for a lot of people. Just for some reason, he did it this weekend, and I love him. So that is player of the episode. Um, Also, if you ever want to share your own players of the episode, totally go for it. I don't know, do it in the comment section of something. Write me a letter. Don't actually do that. I'm not gonna read letters, but I'll read comments. That sounded bad. I'll read your comments if you comment it on an Instagram post or a TikTok, or if you want to I think Spotify has the option that you can leave a message. Leave me a message. Do that. I would love to see your players of the episode. That would be so fun. Also, the day that I'm filming this is National Women and Girls in Sports Day. So, yeah, love that. This episode is going out Thursday, and I'm filming this on the Wednesday before the Thursday. So, I did post about it on my story, but that is okay. You get my point. We're going to celebrate it no matter what. We love women in sports. I mean, I guess we're all kind of women in sports. I mean, if you're listening to this and you're a woman or a girl, um, then that you fall under that category. If you're not, I don't know why you're listening to this, but welcome. We welcome everyone. We don't discriminate. Oh my gosh, I'm talking in circles now. Let's get into the news of the week. First big piece of news, the Canucks trade, the Canucks and Flames trade. That was so insane. I was sitting in a car and could not react the way I normally would react. In case you don't know, in case you missed it, the Canucks traded Andrei Kuzmenko and a couple other players and some draft picks, I think, for Elias Lindholm of the Calgary Flames. What the heck? You know, I really like Andrei Kuzmenko, and I totally get that maybe he was underperforming this season, and in sports, you kind of have to be on top of everything, and you have to be your best. So it makes sense that he probably got traded because of that. But I'm really excited to see Elias Lindholm play. Also, speaking of All Stars, I heard that Brock Besser on the red carpet was told Quinn Hughes draft Elias Lindholm before me. But I didn't even draft Elias Lindholm. He went to Team McDavid or something. I don't even know what team he went to. So that was kind of funny. Welcome Elias Lindholm to the Vancouver Canucks. You're gonna slay. I think also last night was a game, and I think both Elias Lindholm and Andrei Kuzmenko both scored goals. So that's kind of funny. That's really funny. What else? The face punching list. A list was released by someone, I don't know who, of players were surveyed on who they would want to punch more in the face, and obviously I don't remember who was first because I just didn't really care enough to read it. But Jeff Skinner was on that list for some reason. Why was Jeff Skinner on that list? I don't know. Jeff Skinner is a king, and why would you want to punch Jeff Skinner in the face? Is he just so nice that you just want to sock him or something? I don't get it. Obviously, Tom Wilson was on that list. I would want to punch Tom Wilson too. Yeah, that was the list, and it was kind of funny. I could totally think of people that I would want to punch in the face, school, who I would want to punch in the face. I can totally think of that right off the top of my head. Something else, Zach Parise to the Avs. Oh my gosh, was it shocking? I don't know. but it was it was a little sad. I opened Instagram the other day, and the first picture I saw was him in an Avs jersey, and I had to stop for a second. Like, I love the Avs, but I also love the Islanders, so I had to like pause and leave the app for a second. So that was I was taken aback by that. So yeah, moving away from hockey over to F1, a lot of stuff has been happening in F1. Um, Mr. Ginger Spice was accused of sending inappropriate pictures to a female employee. Um, so love that. Who is Mr. Ginger Spice? Um, Ginger Spice's husband. What's it? Christian Horner? Why did I forget his name? That's kind of bad. Well, I'm not a Red Bull fan, but I think I do single-handedly fund the entire Red Bull F1 team with all the Red Bull I drink. But, you can't do that. That's gross. That's inappropriate. And, like, I feel like other instances have occurred of, like, inappropriate workplace behavior and stuff, so will he get fired? I don't know. That's not. I think he should be fired, but that's not my place. If I were in the rule judging committee, I would fire him. That wasn't even like the biggest piece of news that happened this week. It was big, but it wasn't the biggest. What was the big news, you may ask? Lewis Hamilton going to Ferrari in 2025. That was very big. Um, to put it in like hockey perspective, I saw someone say like Sidney Crosby going to play for the Caps. Like that is how big it is. That's a very good comparison. And for like One Direction fans, it's like Zayn leaving One Direction. Like that is the comparison we're at here. That's how big the scenario is. I I am a Ferrari fan. I talked about it a little bit last week. I love Carlos. Carlos is one of the main reason I think I'm a Ferrari fan. I love Charles too, but it's Carlos. I'm a Carlos fan. What's gonna happen to Carlos? Where's he gonna go? I'm so like I'm so upset. Where's Carlos gonna go? He's he's my favorite, and I don't want him to like because he's stuck in like Charles's shadow. So if he goes to another team, if he goes to like Red Bull, he'll be in like Max's shadow, and I don't. That's kind of sad to me. I don't want that to happen. I'm an empath, so I don't want that to happen. But yeah, I'm sad. I don't want Carlos to go to Red Bull. Can you imagine Carlos going to Red Bull? No, I don't want to think about that actually. It's a little sad. I'll cry probably. But Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari. I don't know. Him and Red, that's gonna be something you have to get used to, for sure. For sure. It's kind of it's strange. Like it is. But it totally makes sense because like Mercedes didn't like I don't think Mercedes supported him in a way that a team should support their player or their driver. Like when he got pole, they didn't like congratulate him and stuff. Like it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. So it makes sense. Um if he retires, I'm going to kill myself. So, yeah. Love that. Oh my gosh. That was the most and it was on like a Monday at like 8 in the morning. It was awful. Why would you just drop this on a Monday? On a school day, and then we have to go on with life as if nothing's wrong. Oh my gosh. I don't drop it on a Saturday. Like, do it on a day where I don't have to do anything. Oh my gosh. Gosh. F1 silly season is really beginning. Like, we are in silly season. It's. Wow. Okay. Love. Love. Okay, as I'm reading over my notes, they kind of look like live tweets. Like, you know, when you would like just like sit at your computer or whatever and like live tweet a game? That's what it kind of looks like. So they're really vague in that way. So if I just read them off, they're not. I'll read them off and then try to explain them the best that I can. I don't. I think I don't know. The draft was kind of sad to me because like the four players who were left, Oliver, what's his name, Oliver Bjorkstrand. That sounds really bad. I'm really sorry. That was offensive to him. He didn't want to be there, and then he got stuck there. Like he wanted to go to San Diego, and then he got stuck in Toronto at the All Star game. Like what the heck? That's so awful. And then he got picked last. Oh my gosh. But like you're an all-star, so like obviously you're the best in your field. So like it doesn't matter. Um yeah. All stars. I talked about it in the first episode, obviously. Like, I think we should have not stars because this game, if anything, proved that the NHL, excuse my language, just like sucks Connor McDavid's dick. Like, they do. Oh my gosh. This entire game was just the Connor McDavid show. Like, they asked him what games he wanted to play, and like, he basically, it was just like a show for him to get paid $1 million. You know? Like, it was not fun to watch, knowing that it was just all him. Oh my gosh, I was really tired of that. Like the first event and they were already like choking on his dick. You know? Like it was not that was very vulgar. I'm really sorry. But like that was what it was. It was kind of it was stupid. So, I didn't yeah. Apparently Michael Bublé was high. Maybe on shrooms, I don't know. He was high though, and it was kind of funny. Like I think everyone should like be high when they at All-Star games because it's boring. Let's add some spice. Be high. Take a drug. Be on go on mushrooms. I don't know. It's boring. So like let's add some spice back into these games cuz it's boring. That's what I think. Matt Barzal deserved fastest skater. I stand by that statement. I think he deserved fastest skater because I don't like Connor McDavid. So he deserved fastest skater, and he deserves everything good. And I talked about it a little bit, but Matt Barzal is the reason I got into hockey, and this weekend, I love him more. Like, it's to the point where if I saw him, actually, I don't think that. I don't think he would fall in love with me. But I would like to think that he would fall in love with me if he saw me once. That's my delusion. That's my delusions. That's what I think. But this weekend totally just like reignited my love for him. Like I love him. I remember why I love him. He's so silly. He's a silly little guy. He's my favorite. Okay. Okay. Kale McCarr, a beast. Kale McCarr is a beast. Yeah. He's a beast. I heard someone say that at a game once, and that statement is very true. He's a beast. Elias Pettersson not winning hardest shot. It was a little sad, but I don't know. He won last year, and that was pretty slay of him. He slayed. He slayed this year too. Um, I love William Nylander, and I'm really sad that he didn't like. I feel like he's almost underrated. I mean, he plays for the Leafs, so how underrated can you be? But like he's also I feel like he's kind of underrated. And people always like underestimate him and they're always so mean to him online and it sucks because he's amazing and I love him. Okay, I love basically everybody. So, let's just get that out of the way. I love everyone. Almost everyone. There's some players I don't like at all. But I love him and I think that Toronto can be really mean. Like their fan base. It's okay, I'm not going to say that because what if I get doxxed? Like we don't need that. I don't think I'm gonna get doxxed, but like you never know. I feel like Toronto can be a little mean sometimes, especially to their players. There's a stark difference between like playful bullying and just flat out bullying, and like sometimes I don't think they know what that line is, and yeah, like you're 40 and you're talking shit about him. Okay, Bob, whatever. Yeah, one event in and they were already sucking his dick. I was tired of that. Watching it though, I think that's the most excitement I've ever seen Connor McDavid exude at a game. Just him smiling. That was the most I've ever seen him smile at a game. Um, if Connor McDavid gets like questioned about like what he wants the games to be, I think everyone else should too. Everyone should put their opinion in a hat and then their like random generator should get selected. That's what I think. Um, Nikita Kucherov, that was really funny. It was a little sad at times because I was like, can you at least try a little bit? But like, I get that he totally did not want to be there, and that makes sense. But I heard that he might get fined or something for like not participating, which is kind of funny. But like also, you can't blame a guy for not wanting to go. Like, this is his break halfway through the season, and you're like, actually, you have to participate, or else we're gonna fine you. Like that's kind of sucky, you know. Also, I don't remember what event it was, but the transition between Leon Draisaitl and Nikita Kucherov, they played the 1975 The Sound. So, and that's one of my favorite songs by them. So, shameless self plug for the 1975. You should all go listen to The Sound because it's a banger and it's very good. So, I think you should all listen to it because it's good. What else? What else? I got tired during the accuracy shooting challenge, and then I just stopped watching because I was tired of it. Because it was just the Connor McDavid show, and then I laid in bed and watched TikToks while it was playing in the background. So that's fun. Um, Alexander Georgiev is a beast, and I love him too. Basically, everyone in the Avs I think is a beast. He's amazing, and I love him. I'm sorry there's microphone feedback. My hand was getting tired, so we're switching hands. I don't normally hold the microphone, but my computer's overheating and I'm scared you can hear it. So, you probably can still hear it. And there's probably so much microphone feedback right now. Like, I'm probably breaking the sound barriers. So, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry about that. Final thoughts after watching the All-Star Challenge games. Not like the actual game itself, but like after watching the challenges and stuff. I'm going to read this from my notes. I am so tired of Connor McDavid All-Stars not as successes. Clearly, I don't know how to spell either. Not a success. Controversial. Rigged. Connor McDavid showed before they even announced who was going because it was his game. And I stand by that statement, and that's a hill I will die on. I think it's rigged because, yeah, I think Connor McDavid should donate his $1 million to charity. I mean, not that. Okay, that's that. I'm not going to say that. Let's scratch that from the universe. Reverse that. I don't think that he should do what he wants with his money. I feel like he's a good guy, and I'm not going to start diminishing his character. I just don't like him as a player. So, I don't have a problem with Connor McDavid as a person. I just don't. Like, I'm sure he's a very great guy, but I just don't like him as a player. My gosh, I'm getting tongue-tied here. But I definitely do think it was rigged. Like, it was very much the Connor McDavid show. Like, they asked him what games he wanted to play. Like, some of the challenges were, like, things that he does on the off-season to practice. Like, practicing off-season. And I think that's kind of stupid. Like, again, if he gets a chance to talk about, like, if he gets a chance to say what he wants to do at All-Stars, so should everyone else. Like, that's not fair. I don't think that's fair. So yeah, that's my opinions. That was a very opinionated opinion, I think. But I feel like a lot of people share that sentiment. Like, we were all kind of tired of Connor McDavid. So yeah. That's what I think. The actual game itself, I didn't watch. I didn't watch it because I had other stuff going on. I had other stuff to do, and I don't think I saw who scored goals. Like, I saw all that. I get notifications and I check the NHL app for that. And I saw that T. Matthews won, which honestly, okay. I don't really like Austin Matthews. I'm sorry, Toronto. I'm sorry, I don't like him. And I was a Justin Bieber fan as a child, but I've since, not that there's anything wrong with, actually, I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth here. I'm gonna not say anything about Justin Bieber, just because I feel kind of neutral about it, so I'm not gonna say anything. Good for them. Matt Barzal won. Tate McRae. I love her. I love Tate McRae. She's amazing. She slayed, and I didn't watch her performance, but I did see a couple clips on TikTok, and she was slaying the vocals. She was. And if you don't like Tate McRae, don't listen to this podcast then, because we like to support women on this podcast, and all the men in the comment section who are like, I don't know who this is, that's fine. You don't need to know who this is. If you don't know her, that's fine. You're not required to know who Tate McRae is. That's what I think. I think I'm getting sick, so I'm sorry that there's so much, like, sniffling and stuff. I think I'm getting sick, so that's great. And I know exactly who got me sick, so that's great. That's really great. I'm gonna send him a text after this. Tate McRae. That is the alarm I have every Wednesday that tells me to upload my podcast. So, spoiler, that's fun. That's kind of funny that it happened at this very moment. But, yeah. I love Tate McRae. Michael Bublé was funny. I can't have opinions about them because I only watched the draft and they weren't at like the actual game, so I don't have an opinion. Um, Austin Matthews winning MVP, I feel like that was kind of obvious. I feel like that was, if it wasn't Austin Matthews, it was gonna be Connor McDavid. Like, okay, I'm tired. Move on, please. Um, yeah. This All-Star was not a success. I don't think this one was very good. My hopes weren't very high, but they did not. My standards were very low, and somehow they didn't even reach those standards. The good things, a couple good things to come out of it. The positives to come out of this All Star Games. Matt Barzal, he was a positive. There were other successes too. I keep saying I'm really sorry. It's a problem. Yeah. What else? Matt Barzal, Nathan McKinnon, and Sidney Crosby. They're husbands. I don't care. They're in love. There was no doubt in my mind that Nathan McKinnon was going to not pick, that Nathan McKinnon was going to pick anyone but Sidney Crosby as a draft pick when they were drafting. There was no doubt in my mind that they were not going to be together. They're husbands and they're in love, and that's a statement I will stand by. What else? What else? What else? I mean, Tate McRae was a positive of this weekend, I think. Justin Bieber singing that one song, I can't think of it, but I'm literally singing it in my head. That was, Justin Bieber is kind of back, and it kind of slays. So, good for him. I'm happy for him. What else? What else? What else? What else? Jeremy Swayman. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, that was really there was like a transition between like David Pastrnak like going back over to sit after he like I think he did hardest shot, and then the camera panned over and it was Jeremy Swayman in glasses. I think my heart stopped a little bit. Not to be like all fangirl and stuff, but this is kind of like a fangirl space. Jeremy Swayman in glasses, I almost keeled over. I can't even speak. It was so beautiful. I'm so sorry. Like, it was the best thing I've ever seen in my life. He's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have like my digital footprint is insane right now. Like, my digital footprint is insane. What else was good that came out of this weekend? I saw photos of like the mascots FaceTiming Harlow Carlson. Is that her name? Eric Carlson's daughter, because she loves Sharky. And that was kind of cute. I like kid interactions because I think kids are cute sometimes. But like kid interactions I think are cute. Like in media, and I think I saw JT Miller's daughter on the ice like when he was doing his whatever. That was kind of cute. Yeah. Oh my gosh, and David Pasternak's kid in media was really cute. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was very cute. Yeah. I don't really have anything else to say. That was kind of all I had planned. Um, so, yeah. Love. Um, Thank you so much for listening or watching this episode. If you want to see more of me, because you're not tired of me, follow me on Instagram follow the Instagram account at chirpingawaypod on Instagram, and I'm pretty sure it's the same for TikTok. Not that anything is different on TikTok, I just post clips on TikTok, so it's not that interesting. So yeah, do what you gotta do. Um, Come back next Wednesday for hopefully next Wednesday, unless I get distracted again. Next Wednesday, which is Valentine's Day, everyone. So, in case you forgot, go get someone flowers or whatever, because it's sweet. Yeah. See you next Wednesday for a new episode of Chirping Away. And I love you all so much. Love. Bye.